Facebook.
I'm sure most of you out there recognise at least the logo, the format, the layout of the site, and more than likely know of people who have an active account. Many of you have probably heard the name Mark Zuckerberg and are familiar with such practices like sharing, liking, posting, and accepting a friend request. Practitioners would also use the site for...
I use it to talk to my friends and read the latest news.
Normally it's for talking to friends, keeping up with people that I used to know in school.
Mainly to just like connect to other people I know, like if I have to organise a meeting with friends.
Keeping in touch with family, friends that I normally wouldn't get to see very often.
But the world's largest social media site is not without its problems. With so many active users online, who is to say how much dirt gets swept under the rug? What do common practitioners of the site say to such pre-existing issues? And how ethically and morally wrong are they? What could these issues lead to? And is it possible for these issues to be prevented? How long have you had Facebook?
4 years.
About 3 years.
7-8 years.
I would estimate around 7 years.
Facebook is the largest social networking site in the world, with estimated 1.94 billion global monthly active users. That is estimated to be 25% of the world's population. We can see its vast growth through its many impressive figures, with a rise in revenue from 7.9 billion to 40 billion US dollars from 2007. How many people do you know have it?
Probably about 90% of the people I know have Facebook.
Well, I have 800 friends, but I've seen people with thousands and thousands of friends.
Pretty much everyone.
From its basic roots of being a networking site to top American universities, the number of employees at this now conglomerate company has now risen from 150 to over 25,000. Facebook has been one of the greatest platforms to come out since the beginning of the internet. The connectivity it offers to hundreds of thousands of people online creates an overwhelmingly large number of benefits. One example would be sharing. Sharing is the act of finding something online, whether it be a picture, video, joke, or anything, and putting it on your timeline. Now, pretty much everyone has shared something onto their timeline. Have you ever shared anything on Facebook?
Yeah, mostly like political stuff or like inspiring stories.
I've shared a few things. So I'm involved in societies at university, so I've shared the society page. I've shared posts by my other friends.
The idea is, if you see something that you want your friends and family to see, you can share it onto your timeline and they can see it themselves. But such a function has caused controversy in the past. Large Facebook pages have been known to share certain clips on Facebook and pass them off as their own. Can sharing be considered stealing?
It's a tricky area, I'd say.
I think it could be if you don't leave the credits underneath the content that you're sharing.
I think it's possible if you don't give credit to the person you took it from. So say if someone writes a story or writes about something that happened to them, and then you just copy that and then post it as something that you've said and pretend it happened to you, then yeah, definitely.
Shares a post without another person's consent and it's clearly not meant to be shared.
Obviously, if you share the whole book, like the whole Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone, that's definitely like stealing.
But if you're just sharing something and it's very clear it came from them originally, I don't think so.
But if you share a quote from a book, I would say no.
More recently, Facebook have been creating stricter guidelines on stolen videos. But at the scale of the site and the number of shared stolen videos, it'll be incredibly tricky to protect original content. Issues could arise from stealing another person's content.
They could sue you or take legal action.
You could end up in court.
Do you reckon legal action is appropriate for something so small as a Facebook video?
Probably not, but you know, some people are over dramatic.
It can lead to people forming a dishonest opinion of what you're like.
People who literally make their living out of creating videos and uploading them. Someone somehow takes their video and puts it up on their own Facebook page or their own YouTube channel or whatever. They're stealing their content and basically stealing their revenue from it as well.
You can also devalue creation almost a little bit. If you're going to put a lot of work into creating something or writing something or filming something on Facebook and then someone else copies it and posts it, kind of almost devalues that a little bit because you've just stolen it. Sharing can directly affect the creator of the content that's being shared.
it doesn't even have to be someone on Facebook who is a user of the site as well. So if we swiftly change the topic and had a look at people who could be affected on the site itself, one issue in particular has the name catfishing. Do you know what catfishing is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, not everyone is familiar with the term catfishing. Do you know what catfishing is?
No, sorry.
Catfishing is an informal term and by definition is luring someone into a relationship by adopting a fictional online persona.
So have you ever been catfished?
No.
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 To the best of my knowledge.
Yes.
Could you elaborate?
Not really.
It's an activity that ranges from harmless, where the deceiver does nothing more than talk to the victim, to potentially life-destroying, and where the deceiver convinces the victim to meet one-on-one. What are your views on catfishing?
I think it's wrong because you're deceiving someone and pretending you're someone you're not.
It's very bad. It's very dangerous.
I think it should be punishable by law.
I had a friend in school who met this girl that was supposedly from Brazil, and he was planning all this like trip to Brazil and everything, and that was obviously going to cost him a lot of money, and then he was going to be in Brazil, so if it wasn't, actually the person he was intending to meet, then he's in a lot of danger.
It's just weird. It's strange.
I think it's very dangerous, and I think some people use this to trick either underage teens or vulnerable adults.
I feel pity for people who have to do this sort of thing to get people to talk to them, or if they're doing it to get people's details or whatnot.
If you meet the person in real life, you don't know who they are, they could be dangerous, or if you give them money, that sort of thing.
They could be catfishing people in order to try and do harmful things to them.
Catfishing can just about happen to anybody online, especially the world's largest social networking site. Preventing it is even more of a problem, as it is extremely difficult to find who these people are.
Is it possible to prevent catfishing?
I think it's really tricky.
It might be hard to actually spot it when it's happening.
I think so. I think it's possible for people to stop themselves from getting catfished.
I suppose the general idea would just be kind of cautious about people that you've never really met in person whenever you start talking to them online. Maybe
Only add people that you actually know, or if, say, you've got a profile of someone that's trying to like friend you, you can try and check. So, how long have they been active? Like, how many friends do they have?
Annoyingly enough, while the internet exists, these problems will always exist. There is no way really of stopping such problems like stealing content or catfishing people. It does not mean, however, that we should stop trying to fight them. One way, ironically, is using catfishing to catch the predators, which has been used to stop criminals before. At the end of the day, the issues we face with Facebook could happen on any social networking site. The scale of what Facebook has become, however, has sadly been its downfall.